guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over a story titled Helping My Husband Heal. And guys, this story is about a woman who got busted cheating. She's married, mother of 2 kids, and long story short, she gained some weight after the birth of her latest child, put on like 15 pounds, so she joined a gym and hired a trainer to help her get in better shape, lose the weight and all that. And lo and behold, she got a big crush on her trainer and started hooking up with him. This went on for about a month until eventually they stopped seeing each other and she gets busted. And now, after it came out, her husband is not exactly very nice to her. And she's on here looking for pity, singing the blues, because obviously, even though he's still with her, he's not exactly a whole lot of fun with her. He's definitely very moody. He can be harsh with the things he says to her, all that. And she's looking for a whole lot of pity for her, how to fix this, how to help him, all that. And I'm doing this one as an example, guys, of why when someone in a marriage particularly cheats on you, it's time to wrap things up and move on. Because you're going to see in this story, guys, like so many, the husband can't get past this, okay? It's not working. And it's best to just end things and move on, because that disdain, that lack of trust will linger. And the husband is always going to imagine her with that other dude. He's going to be questioning when she's on her phone, when she goes out and says she's in one place, is she really there, that type of thing. And it's best to just part ways and move on, trying to fix something that is broken. Also, you're going to see in this story, guys, how it's amazing, never-ending thing about gals and attention and validation. This is a very big thing here about the whole attention and validation she gets from the trainer. Also, you're going to see how this is written. I want you to pay attention to this, how constantly it's written in a way that it's made out to be the personal trainer's fault, not hers, for how this whole thing went about. Because, of course, if it wasn't the personal trainer, then she never would have done such a thing. And by the way, if you may think this sounds familiar, like the woman hooking up with a personal trainer, I did do a video a few weeks ago on the other channel, They Did What? And you should subscribe to that channel if you haven't done that. Multi-part series about a wife with her personal trainer. This is not that story. This is a completely different story. This is unfortunately a stereotype that does happen. Anyhow, guys, I think it's a good one and you will enjoy it. So it starts off, she says, my story is very hard for me to share, but I want to finally do this since I know there is no hiding behind the shame of what I've done and the pain I caused, and I'm hopeful this will be another step in my journey towards some type of redemption. I also want to know if there are any private support groups for people who have cheated, either in Reddit or in a separate forum, where I can seek advice and guidance on a mere real-time basis on how I can best support my husband. She says, I, a 37-year-old female, had a 4-week-long affair with my personal trainer back in January and February. For a bit of background, we have 2 kids, and after the youngest was born in 2017, I put on about 15 pounds and lost confidence in myself after I got too busy with work and parenting to focus on my fitness. I wasn't overweight or out of shape by any means, but I was feeling unattractive and down. In October last year, I joined a new gym in our neighborhood to try and get back into shape and feel better about myself. My workouts were focused on more intense weights and resistance work, which was new to me, and as I'd normally done, mainly cardio. And I was working with a 25-year-old trainer. Right off the bat, it was clear he was a flirtatious guy. Already setting the stage and put it on him. But I thought nothing of it and chalked up to him being a young and physically fit guy who was confident, if not cocky. As I started to make great progress in my workouts, I became more and more addicted to the gym and the confidence I was gaining from it. My trainer continued to be flirty, and while I continued to brush it aside, I admit, looking back, that I enjoyed the attention and validation of my progress. Now, of course, anybody working hard and improving, certainly, man or woman, likes to be noticed and all that, but the gals take it to a whole new level, and we all know this, given how nowadays you have so many that are addicted to social media, sharing themselves in their little outfits, or hardly any outfits, all on Instagram and TikTok, shaking their ass, and you all know what I'm talking about there. The attention and validation. I once heard someone say to women, attention and validation is like a plant needing water and sunlight. They can't function without it. And I might add also, she's had 2 kids, she's late 30s, so getting the attention of a younger guy, that's a massive ego boost. And remember, he's flirting with me. Oh, no. Otherwise, nothing would go on. She didn't say that, but You do this long enough, you can connect the dots. To be clear, my husband was a great partner and gave me regular compliments about my body throughout our marriage, including before I went to the gym. But for some stupid reason, the compliments from this young fit trainer meant more to me at the time, which I'm deeply ashamed of looking back. The husband could compliment her till he's blue in the face, but if it's a younger guy who's good looking and in shape, that means everything. I gotta wonder if the husband probably was just loved her anyway, even if she was 15 pounds more meat on her bones. One day after my workout, my trainer was leaving at the same time as me, and we were walking into the car park together, which was an underground garage. He was complimenting me on my progress as I got to my car. He, out of the blue, kissed me. Although he was flirty, it took me completely by surprise, but I got caught up in the moment and kissed him back. Now I'm going to stop there. Sure, I believe that there are trainers out there that will flirt with their clients and all that. And believe me, I have observed this because I'm a trainer. I have my own personal training business. I train people in their homes. I used to work at gyms. And believe me, I saw this stuff go on. And as you can imagine, people gossiped about things as you can imagine. I was always all business. I've had female clients. I've had female clients in their 30s and 40s that were good-looking women, had kids, wanted to shed off some pounds. And believe me, they like to flirt. So this trainer here, when he kissed her, I guarantee you he wouldn't have done this, jeopardized his job, not only at that gym, but also a job as a trainer getting hired anywhere, if he didn't feel like if he kissed her, she'd probably kiss back. So what's not being mentioned here, and guaranteed, obviously, he could tell she liked him back. Okay? Who knows the extent of it all, but it wasn't just like she was walking around with a scowl on her face and he just went up and kissed her. Oh, no. But, and let me tell you guys, I've had female clients, they like the attention. When I had my female clients back in the day at different gyms, you're friendly, you have a good time because you got to have a good relationship with your clients. And I had female clients, I kid you not, where when we would first meet to do the first workouts in the first week, usually it's twice a week, they would often wear more baggy clothes, like baggy sweatpants, baggy light long sleeve shirt, that type of thing. And I kid you not, it happened many times where within about a week or two after we started meeting together, so 2 to 4 workouts in, all of a sudden they're showing up wearing tight yoga pants and use tight shirts where like their shoulders and arms were bare. You see what I mean? Dressing completely different after a couple workouts. And no, it wasn't like they dropped 10 pounds in a week or two. They were suddenly very showing off their body and very smiley and very flirty and all that. So I'm reading between the lines here, my life experience in this department. Any trainers out there know what I'm talking about here. Anyhow, he kissed her because I'm making it out to be more like his fault here. Takes 2. She says here, next thing I know, we were in the back seat of my SUV having you-know-what. Yeah, you can tell she doesn't like him at all. This led to a short but intense 4-week affair where we slept together 11 times, all in my car. Yeah, I can tell she doesn't like him at all. 11 times, maybe more, maybe less, but she says 11 times. I have no idea what came over me during this period, and I wanted to stress my marriage to my husband was strong. Your marriage isn't strong if you're hooking up with your personal trainer in your car 11 times. There were problems there. I think I just got caught up in my new overconfidence in my body and validation, ding, 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 from this young fit man and had a complete breakdown of boundaries. Oh, well, that excuses everything. Anyway, the evening after our last encounter together, my husband tried to have you-know-what with me, and I turned him down because I just had been with the affair partner. He was upset since I never really turned him down much, and at that moment, I felt a tremendous amount of guilt over what the hell I was doing, and I decided I need to end the affair right then and there. Well, that's nice of you. I quit the gym and cut off contact with the affair partner the next day, which he was upset about, and vowed to refocus on my marriage and take the affair to my grave. So, she is going to keep it quiet. And what happens when... Now, it's bad. Let's say she did this one time. He kissed her, she hooked up in the car, and that was it. And then she went home and told her husband, crying and all that. It would be bad. But it would have been one time and she would have confessed right away. That'd be one thing. But this happened many times and kept it quiet. So what do you think's going to happen if the guy finds out about this? These things always find a way of coming out eventually. I was consumed by remorse, and a big part of me wanted to confess to my husband, but I knew it would break him and was scared to lose him, so I tried to put it in the back of my mind and focus on him. The next 6 weeks were hard, and the guilt I was feeling was awful. So I tried to compensate by going above and beyond my husband, initiated lots of sex, cooked nice meals, did lots of other nice things for him. Well, why didn't you do that beforehand? Keep this in mind for you relationship guys. If all of a sudden your girl is overnight really initiating things, love bombing you essentially, you have to question, is something going on here? I know it is shallow and really was only an attempt to make me feel better. Ding, ding, ding. But it's what I did. Then one morning in early April, I got a text from my husband saying he received some disturbing information and we needed to talk when he got home. My heart dropped and I asked him what he meant, but I got no response back. Guys, if there's anything that will make a woman crazy, is the old "we need to talk" text, where you're not there and she has to wonder, what does he mean? What is he talking about? We need to talk. That makes girls crazy. And he's doing just that. That evening, my husband walked in the door and was cold to me. No kiss, no hello, and immediate silent treatment. He ate dinner with the kids and helped put them to bed, and then when we got to our room, he closed the door and said, "You have one chance to tell me the truth." My immediate response was to go into defense mode and say, "Truth about what?" After all this, when she had a chance, immediately deny. Truth about what? I don't know what you're talking about. When he cut me off and told me to think long and hard before I continued down this path, and again said I had one chance to come clean. I think she better not piss this guy off. I then confessed to the affair and began telling him what happened. I'll never forget the look on his face. The sadness in his eyes will haunt me till the day I die. It came out that the affair partner had been fired from the gym for having an inappropriate relationship with another client and decided in his immature brain to go nuclear and seek out my husband to tell him about the affair. The chatter Tyrone personal trainer is hooking up with other clients. Imagine that. Whoever would have thought? The last 5 months have been as challenging as you'd expect. He initially left the house for a few days, but returned and slept in the guest room for 2 months before moving back into our room. I would have been like, "Wife, you can go sleep in the guest room. I'm going to stay in our room. Thank you very much." We are both in counseling and have some good days here and there, but I know he's in a lot of pain and the road ahead will be a long one. But I'm so grateful that he has given me the chance to reconcile, at least for now, and I'm committed to healing what I broke. Newsflash, there's nothing's going to fix that. Should have ended it, and you're going to see in a second what I'm talking about here. What I'm struggling with is how to best help him and support him. I've been 100% honest from the day I confessed and answered all his questions, giving him a full timeline, and committed myself to being the best person I can be for him. Well, you confessed only because he was really pressing upon that you better tell me now or pretty much I'm out of here. It wasn't like she voluntarily did this. You all heard this. But he has outbursts on a regular basis where he calls me horrible names and degrades me and tells me that I'm a worthless SLUT. He never does this in front of anyone, including our kids, and will put on the happy face, but as soon as we are alone, he is prone to a complete flip of the switch where he'll go on a tirade of hurtful names, calling or saying horrible things to me. You can't blame the guy. Considering the fact that he actually stayed and he's doing counseling, she is really actually pretty fortunate here. Yeah, she doesn't want to be called these names like a worthless SLUT, and everybody can make up their own minds whether that's warranted or not. But I think she's gotten off pretty easy. We've only recently resumed having you-know-what, and he is very aggressive and calls me names when we have the you-know-what, and he's even referenced the affair partner a couple times during. I'm surprised we're having the you-know-what. This is hard for me, but I know I deserve all this and are not looking for sympathy. You sure about that? What I am looking for is a network or support group of people who have gone through this shame of being a wayward spouse and can help me navigate how to deal with these and other situations in real time as they arise. Does anyone know if it exists? I am getting a lot out of my therapy, but there are things where I feel I am getting textbook responses rather than insight from people who have been in my shoes. Anyway, it does feel good to share, even if it is anonymously, and I certainly welcome any advice. I've opened this up outside perspectives too, since I want all the advice I can get. Well, my advice is that this needs to end. I don't see it getting any better. My opinion, I share this all the time, is that once a cheater, always a cheater. And that if your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance cheats on you, let alone like this, where this is something that's happened for a while, and she doesn't come clean in this situation where she got caught, where the guy told the husband about this and he had to pry it out of her. Number one, the husband, like these stories, is never going to get past it. He's always going to picture her with that other guy. They could be hooking up and he's going to imagine the other dude, which he obviously is doing here, like she's describing. He's going to have all this resentment built up. The trust is gone. You don't have trust, you can't have a relationship, period. He's always going to be wondering who's she texting, who's she calling, who's she, when she goes out, is she really going out to work? Is she really going to a business meeting? Is she staying after work for an actual drinks with clients or business associates or something like that? Or it could be somebody else. That's no way to live, okay? And after 6 months of this, I think it's 6 months, he still has this rage and therapy isn't doing anything, which guess what? The marriage counseling usually doesn't help. Marriage counseling often tries to get the two to get back together. It's a bad idea. It's time to cut ties. So the best thing she could do is, frankly, they should separate. She should leave. Not him leave. She should leave. And see how that goes if really both of them actually think there's some hope. But otherwise, end it. And the best thing she could do, if it comes to that point of ending it, is to give him the most painless, smooth, amicable divorce note. That is how she can truly redeem herself. If it gets to the point that it's over, he wants to end it, and I think he should, she could be as patient and amicable as could be. Not all go fire and brimstone and wreak havoc on him because he wants to divorce her. That's the best thing she can do. Who knows what will happen? That's what I think. But anyhow, like I said, guys, you can see here in the situation, it's best to just end it. And also, I wasn't kidding when I was talking about the trainer was very flirty with me and did this, this, and this, and all the next thing you know, he's kissing me. Oh, we're in the car 11 times. No. Obviously, she liked him. Yet she admits she liked the attention and validation. I'll give her that, as they all do. But it was obviously enough to get him to swoop and do the kiss, and next thing you know. So, accountability. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below and know what you think about this. And guys, you come across a really good story you'd like to share, by all means, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I will eventually. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.